Okay. Hello, hello. Can you all hear me? In the back. Can I get an amen? Okay. It's just not religious. It feels pretty good here. Hello. Yeah.
Okay, I've got this. Yeah, I mean, more relaxed than I did the first time. Like, you're feeling good. I was just saying. Yes, Chris, like the last 6 weeks, I might go. It's hard to like get
Hello, everyone. If you haven't signed up for our drawing and you followed us on Instagram, feel free to sign up for our drawing. It's a gift card for Grounds for Thought. And then also there, if you are registered and enrolled, whatever it's called, in 099, the prep class, there is a new syllabus to grab. So make sure you grab that if you already sat down. Thank you.
Oh, yes. And so I just started it. So I have my boss. I had that.
Hello. I just have a couple. This is Yase. I'm the 099 instructor. I just have a couple of announcements for the students. And first things first, Canvas is up, so you can find your syllabus on Canvas. It will tell you exactly what you need to do things like make up assignments. It will tell you exactly what you need to do with regards to attending this crowd readings. So just find yourself on Canvas, and you should have all that information. Again, we decided that if you miss the readings of one of the BFA or MFA students, your assignment would be to do a reading or any sort of work on James Baldwin. I've also included that you can watch the movie It Builds, so you can talk and do a full analysis of that, or you can watch I'm Not Your Negro, which is by Raoul Peck on Amazon. Those are things you could, work into your assignment if you miss a BFA or MFA reading. And of course, if you miss a visiting writer, just make sure you work on biography of that writer, do some research of their books, that kind of thing. But Canvas is up, it's ready to go. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm very happy to help. Jessica, please.
Thank you, Yose. Okay, again, I'm Jessica, Creative Writing Undergraduate Director. So if you have questions about the major or minor, I'll be in the back. Feel free to ask me. Tonight we are also live streaming, so hi everyone online. Thanks for joining us. We are excited tonight to promote a local business in the community that also loves books. Grounds for Thought. We have a giveaway. So at the end of tonight's reading, I'll do a drawing, and we have a gift card and a bunch of materials there. They also provided us with a bunch of stickers and bookmarks. So if you didn't grab that, make sure you do on your way out. And then also you need to follow us on Instagram. So be sure you did that. Creative Writing BFA Instagram. We'll do announcements and updates there. I also want to remind all undergraduates that we have a fairly new minor that is the word and image minor. So if you're interested and still working to declare a minor, or you should absolutely switch to the word and image minor. I've got details in the back about what that minor is and what the courses would require. So if you're into the visual arts and creative writing, it's a great minor for you. And I can guide you in how to declare that minor. There's, Gausse mentioned the 099 update, so if you have questions, be sure to talk to either of us at the end of class, or at the end of tonight's reading. It's a long day. And now I will turn it over to Chloe to introduce our first reader.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming tonight. So the first reader up is Gabe. And I'm really happy to be introducing him. I'm super stoked he asked me to. So I've known Gabe for a little over a year now, and so I feel pretty qualified to say he's like nobody I've ever met. And I'm happy to call him my friend. And kind of like Gabe, his poetry is like poetry I've never read before. Gabe is the type of poet for me that redefined what I thought poetry could be. I kind of was sitting in like my stuffy little corner thinking that poetry was, about like a girl who didn't like you back, or like a leaf changing colors. And then Gabe had like a poem about like community actions being done to Baby Yoda, and I was like, okay, poetry is about a little bit more than I originally thought it was. So yeah, Gabe like completely rewrote what I thought a poem could be. His poems are wacky and creative and funny and interesting. They feature images of action, Baby Yoda, car batteries, and stunt doubles. Gabe is also a visual performative artist. Last year, he was able to take a studio course that also featured group activity done to a Baby Yoda. Except he got like really actually do it. I can't believe Gabe, one of the things he did was Baby Yoda simulates like a tornado, and he put the poor like Baby Yoda sculpture like into a simulated tornado, and that was awesome. It was really cool. We've also introduced the idea of like action as poetry to me, and I'd never even like thought of that before. So yeah, Gabe's poetry is awesome. Gabe is awesome. Both rad as hell. Just a side note before I hop off and introduce Gabe is that Gabe did swim in Lake Erie and faced not one side effect. So he might be the most powerful person I've ever met in my entire life. So Gabe, come on up.
Thank you so much, Chloe. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you so much and bringing this program and being your friend. Let's see. I'm gonna set a stopwatch on my phone. Let's see. And I'm really excited to be reading with Kelly tonight. Her and I often over the summer would Zoom and write alongside each other for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then we'd sometimes share what we were working on, and that was a really wonderful part of my summer. So I'm really glad to be reading along with Kelly tonight. Am I audible in the back? Thank you. I'm looking to buy an air conditioning unit or a bike. Action removes fear, it says in the trailblazing self-help book, and Gain detergent removes the toughest grease, and the train removes me from the station, and I go to Cleveland, where I remove a rectangular picnic table from the park and drag it to the parking lot. Come by here if you want. I'm an active listener. Pouring boiling water down the drain removes drain flies, and rain removes the pain of yesterday. Yesterday, my new air conditioner fell out my window onto the subway train that runs below my building. Everyone on the train was either scared or confused or not bothered by it, and the train continued away with my air conditioner on top of it. I ran downstairs and got on the next train, but I never found it. Try to make this a little higher. Okay. This next one sort of takes place in Bowling Green, but like doesn't necessarily need that context, but it sort of starts at Woodland Mall and ends on campus. But it's like, I don't want that to be information that's necessary for the poem to like be interesting or meaningful or fun, but like if you know, you know. Mall walkers reach the wall and crash up against it like a wave. The facilities manager manipulates the retired ballet dancer in the group by blasting classical music from the production the ballet dancer starred in long ago over the loudspeaker at 1.5 times speed on YouTube. He dances passionately, automatically right away. He loses control. He topples tables and chairs. The momentum of the graceful ballet dancer's strained rapture infects the 10 mall walkers. They shriek to each other, in love with their group that linked up by chance today. Each mall walker emulates the principal dancer's movements differently. They traverse the length of the mall in an irregular triangle led from the most obtuse corner by the retired ballet dancer. They topple the giant gumball machine and thousands of gumballs spread out onto the tile. The mall walkers pummel and splash from the opposite end wall and flip and regroup. They don't buy anything. They ecstatically prance back and forth faster and faster, surging up and pushing out on the walls. The 11 mall walkers batter alternating walls until, like a dam, they explode outward in a cloud of pale green dust. Crisp wind wails through the atrium. Like the end of a flood, mall walkers walk right out of the mall. They jump around each other across a snowy parking lot past their cars. They bounce past all the cars to battery wholesale. Each mall walker buys a car battery. Some carry it with an arm resting on their hip or above their head or hugged to their chest or in a backpack if they have one. Some drag it with a jumper cable through the snow and kick it along. The tracks of the car batteries get kicked and pulled along with interesting conversation with the mall walkers' footprints. It's okay for them to jaywalk because there's 11 of them and they're confident. Cars slow stop and give them space. They go to the state bank. They get small business loans. Their ideas are weak or not promising, but they're each awarded a small loan. To make beef jerky less expensive is captivating, the banker said. Was your heart really in this? They all nod at once at different speeds and leaves. They go to the English building. They take the stairs to the 4th floor, but put all the car batteries in the elevator and retrieve them at the top. They very slowly open the door to the fiction writing workshop. The mall walkers all jump in at once and circle around the classroom energetically, kicking, embracing, or pulling around their car batteries. The mall walkers won't stop talking about their life, and the fiction writers are mildly entertained, but mostly somewhat annoyed, but overall deeply intrigued. The mall walkers stop circling around the room when they finish telling their stories. The mall walkers are determined to sell each fiction writer a car battery. The first mall worker says, "You need to buy this car battery because it carried a pit bull dog named Minkus across the United States. It fueled Minkus's adventures of a lifetime, of all our lifetimes. Minkus is like all of us." Sold. The second mall walker says, "You need to buy this car battery because it has an innate quality of when you're not even sad, but you want to cry, or you feel like you need to cry, but you can't." Sold. The third mall walker writes the word expectation on the car battery in all capitals with marker and bends and starts crying. Sold. The fourth mall walker stands on her car battery and says, "I'm homesick. I'm promoted. I'm pro-medica. I give a shit because I can. I'm on a boat heading to a ship heading home to my pickup truck heading to work, but I don't have a pickup truck. I'm the kind of mall walker where the rain makes me feel something, like the melting snow, and they say go get it, but I can't get enough. I get it, you're on your last legs." Sold. The fifth mall walker built a miniature house, then burned it down, then created a brand mascot, then defamed the brand mascot. Then he said, "The mascot isn't the cup of coffee, nor the ant crawling along its shore, but the dove that pulls the ant out of the water and out the window." The other car batteries sell for various reasons. As they all leave the English building, rain shifts to snow. This next one, I was gonna say it's titled Sublet, but it's not that. That's the title as of now. Sublet your apartment and drive into the sunset and move in with me free for a month. When the smoke clears, open the front door and let the fog roll across the lawn, through the front door and into the microwave. Close the microwave door. Defrost the fog for 90 seconds, then heat it on high for 3 minutes. Watch the fog gyrate with the turntable. Watch the fog accelerate, tilt, and reach down to the center of the turntable. Watch it consume the heat and expand as the tornado tears apart the microwave and throws it across the room. And the fish that swim in the crater from the tornado lust for history, mustard, and someone who will sell them a microwave and a refrigerator. They scavenge the floor of the crater all day, their thin fins moving faster daily. I have a U-Haul and 150 or 200 gallon sized Ziploc bags full of water. If you want to ride shotguns, we can take all these fish to Lake Michigan together. Then we can head right back here and freeze vegetables or sell books or fabricate big windows for this space. This hot guy drops me off next to farmland because I don't want to do what he wants to do intimately. I plant almonds. I start a farm to grow almonds. I export the first season of almonds to Wisconsin. I suddenly close down the farm forever. A different guy I just met online who's from Montreal picks me up and drops me off in Beers Rapids in Ohio. I sit there by the flat water and reflect. I eat takeout on the exposed rocks surrounded by less than an inch of shallow water. I'm really lonely. I go to the Pacific Ocean and let my goldfish loose. It faces the vast sea ahead of me. It looks back at me and dies. Then it floats to the surface. Trout eat it from the bottom up until it's just a little belly floating around facing the sun. I get accepted to do sculpture at the artist residency in Northern California in this beautiful wilderness area. I have my own cabin. I don't make art and I don't turn on the lights. I just hide in the cabin and decompress. I meditate and pray and roll my eyes and cry. The residency is onto me. I'm not making sculptures. They're going to kick me out. I lock myself in the cabin and board up the windows. I finally start to write a poem. I was supposed to make sculpture. I order DoorDash. At Subway, you can just keep asking for extra vegetables and then give it for free usually. Things like green peppers, good lettuce, cucumber slices, carrots, and other options. When I open the door for a second to get my food, the artist residency directors pull me out of the cabin. They demand sculpture. I revise my poem with a proposal for a very expensive sculpture and ask for a grant. They grant me the money. They call me an Uber. Northern California is super foggy. We can't even see anything out the window, but I think we're on the crest of a hill. I compare myself to a guy who's like me, but taller and a bit more personable. I'm personable too, but this guy really looks into people's eyes and smiles and brings an authentic warmth, energetic yet at home. I compare myself to a lightning bug. I buy a yellow LED for 16 cents. I compare my emphatically blinking red new bike taillight to a romantic partner to a summer's day to San Francisco, September 9th, 2020, when the sky turned orange and stayed that way all day. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Compare to Dove Deep Moisture Nourishing Body Wash. I compare the weekly outdoor public warning system test to words. The weekly outdoor public warning system test speaks louder than words, which speak louder than air conditioners, but quieter than a shallow tide. This is a poem about an art gallery that's nearby in Finley that I've never been to, but I want to go to. I think it was started by like art MFA students who made it, and then I want to go, but I haven't gone yet. I think they have something coming up, so I'm hoping to go. It's called the Neon Theater. And then the second part of this poem kind of feels like it's not finished. Most of these kind of feel like I want to keep working on them for sure in a really good way, but I sort of feel excited to dig into them more. And this one sort of has this film situation at the end, and I want to, it's sort of like I want to play more with like expanding the film sort of cinematography aspect of it. So this poem may expand in the future. I biked 25 miles to Findlay, Ohio, to an art gallery called the Neon Heater, but it was closed. But the founder was there sitting on the porch and recognized me from Twitter. He asked me if I wanted some water, and I said, okay. And he brought a full 5-gallon plastic standard water bottle out of the gallery and told me to hug it like a person. I wasn't strong enough to bring the huge heavy bottle to my mouth, and he watched me struggle and said he was looking for a subletter to rent the gallery between exhibitions. I lived there for 2 years. He subletted my apartment in Bowling Green, Ohio for art exhibitions and performances, and I biked 25 miles to school every day for a year until I finished my MFA in creative writing. Then, after graduating, I worked at the Hancock Historical Museum in Finley. I spread misinformation about the county and the history of cinema. My great-grandmother invented cinema when she kindly attached a camera to a horse's chest, and the horse ran back and forth across the aisle, ravaging the dining car and shattering the windows of the sleeper cars, with sheets flying everywhere and destroying the restrooms. And the film was amazing, and audiences ran directly at the projection screen. The film ends when the horse smashes through the back door of the train and hits the ground running, and my great-grandmother is seen from the right periphery, sprinting towards the horse, then mounting him, and with a final close-up of her fumbling hand, she stops the camera. This next poem, kind of all over the place, used to be like, I kind of still want to shorten it now, but it used to be like twice as long, and my peer Sam Burt helped me the other day, he went through every single line, or like, cut or keep, because there were some lines that I really liked, but I just kind of wanted to make it shorter. So I was able to cut a lot, and that was really cool. I legalized gay marriage. I named gay marriage Thomas. I adopted gay marriage. The bond between me and gay marriage will never be broken. Gay marriage is hiding under the table. Gay marriage thinks it's an earthquake, but it's not. I am posting a photo of gay marriage on our building's Instagram. I am repealing gay marriage. I am sharing the post of gay marriage to the building's Instagram story so more people will see it. Gay marriage can't sleep. Gay marriage doesn't know what they're talking about. Gay marriage is giving out cash out $200 if I share. I never lied to gay marriage. I'm spreading the word about gay marriage. Everyone's gonna know what gay marriage did. Gay marriage ruined my life. Gay marriage is falling asleep. Wake up. This is one of my favorite movies. I love Eric Andre. Gay marriage's foot hits the floor. Gay marriage is spying on me through my phone. Gay marriage can hear me boiling the pasta water in a small metal pot. Gay marriage is installing bar handles in the shower. Gay marriage is a delinquent tenant. I installed touchless entry in gay marriage's lobby because of the pandemic. I install automatic temperature check in gay marriage's building's entry. Gay marriage is on camera breaking the rules of the lease. Gay marriage pays rent in person, not online. Gay marriage makes my job harder. Gay marriage should not go to the zoo. Gay marriage believes in coincidences. Gay marriage doesn't believe anything happens for a reason. Gay marriage looks up at the sky and visualizes the earth throwing itself into nothing. Except not even itself, there's no throwing. There's nothing acting on it, there's no one. Gay marriage has a new number. Gay marriage is like family. I am watching gay marriage on video from afar. I would know gay marriage anywhere. Gay marriage votes by mail. Gay marriage is so grateful and thankful. Gay marriage lost a dog and crashed a car. Gay marriage lost in crypto and stocks. Gay marriage walks aimlessly. Gay marriage inspires. I believe in gay marriage. Gay marriage is slowing down my phone. Gay marriage is making my phone hot and slow. Gay marriage makes me throw my phone in the bathtub. Little bubbles pop out of it as if one last burst of light, and then it sinks like a small brick or a large Milano cookie. I walk around downtown looking for gay marriage to cash out me back. Gay marriage paces around the apartment stressed. Gay marriage fiddles in the dark. I am gay marriage. Gay marriage is me. Gay marriage is you. We are all gay marriage. Gay marriage makes us human. The air between us crackles loudly with gay marriage. At the innermost chamber of every human's heart, gay marriage crouches and breathes heavily. Gay marriage blinks every snail, every deer, every sunfish, every human, every cow. Gay marriage is in every pebble. Every pebble sings gay marriage. The sand screams gay marriage. Gay marriage inhabits every pizza bite and every individually boxed bar of soap. Gay marriage is every crisp and unique atom of air. Gay marriage is greater than me. Gay marriage is greater than you. Gay marriage rushes from farm to farm infecting cows. Gay marriage is a vengeful God. Gay marriage floods towns and freeways. Gay marriage unleashes tornadoes all the time. Gay marriage pulls the lake above my city sky and crashes it down. Gay marriage punches a crater into the Atlantic Ocean like a bedroom wall. Gay marriage watches my country, the human race, every antelope and spider sink into the muddy fire. Gay marriage burns up earth until it shrinks into coal, until it shrinks into ash, until it shrinks into an eyelash of dust. Gay marriage claps the tiny twirling dust, incinerates it, and ends the world. All that's left is gay marriage. Gay marriage shouts throughout all emptiness. Your credit usage is impacting your credit score, and your hair is beautiful, and you don't have what it takes. Unless you condense yourself into nothing, then erupt, then calm down, and cash out the back, and ask yourself what other ways can you describe the texture of crispy. Okay, I have two more poems. This one's sort of like, part of this was sort of inspired by like a good friend I have who's back in California, who I FaceTime with a lot, and her and I sort of think of like business proposals we could do together that are kind of like funny, sometimes jokingly, sometimes slightly seriously. And but then it was funny because I got this targeted ad that was like what it's really like to go into business with your best friend. But like came out, I was like what? maybe that should be the title of this, but maybe now it is. I'm crying. I just noticed I have a tick burrowed into my arm. I'm treading water with my body rolled into a ball in a hot tub on top of a cruise ship in the Pacific Ocean. I love food trucks. In fact, I started one in collaboration with my friend and colleague, starts with FR, but named TBD. You can get rid of drain flies just by pouring boiling water down the drain, but our business model is to remove that information from the internet completely by aggressively reporting articles and sites saying that information all day. Then say that we have a special complicated treatment and treat all the drain fly infestations in Ohio, then in the whole United States, but not let anyone know we're just boiling water down the drain. But basically, once the investors gave us some money, we really wanted to start a food truck. Drain flies are seriously so boring. Where did this tick come from? How did I get a tick in the middle of the ocean? We put the fresh fish from Lake Erie in the kiddie pool on top of the food truck and drive back to popular high-foot traffic spots and sell fish sandwiches. Geese, eagles, herons, pelicans, vultures, seagulls, and falcons chase our truck, and by the time we're halfway to Perrysburg, they rip our kiddie pool to shreds, steal all our fish, and mangle the roof exhaust fan. Fra, named TBD, is so depressed by this, but I'm determined we will get through this and make a profit. So we try again and again. I attach a camera to each of the offending birds. And then Fra, named TBD, edits together the point of view footage from the birds destroying the kiddie pool full of fish, alternating with clips of herself doing things like putting on shoes, and walking out a door and taking off the door with the footage of the birds. And then she submits it to film festivals. She wants out of this food truck business and is trying to get her films out there. She has one of her films screening on the side of a river, and I'm driving there. Okay, I have one last poem for the day. I converted a water tower into a 2-bedroom apartment, and my roommate hates me. She converted a 2nd bedroom into a driving school, so I converted the 1st bedroom into Toronto, and all the student drivers parked there and found love. They moved in with partners near subway stops and forgot where they parked. My roommate and I stomped around Toronto all day, repossessing cars. My roommate invented preschool, then she ended preschool, but preschoolers still walk the globe. Preschoolers invented stainless steel, then they sold the rights to it for super cheap. Then they invented acting, then they copyrighted acting and get royalties weekly now. Preschoolers sell everything they own, including acting, to buy car hauler trailers, and we overpay them to haul all these ex-student driver cars back to the water tower. Don't tell anyone, but I'm hoarding 600,000 gallons of gasoline in a water tower. The preschooler's car caravan weaves bootleg Rufus Sala sculptures out of brass and copper wire. The meticulously crafted 8-foot-long layered 3D globular and curved forms dangle out the car windows and start to thrash in the wind as the car carrier re-enters the highway. My roommate texted me she converted the second bedroom into a sanctuary of rest and the first bedroom into a sky. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm going to be introducing the magnificent Kelly Geiger. I want to start off by saying that wherever Kelly is, she's the life of the party. And on the page, her words are always socially constructive, they're always poetic, and they take the reader wherever the reader wants to go. I'm very happy to be in class with Kelly. I'm a better writer because of her. I cannot think of a day when I don't talk to her and leave and go write and feel like, okay, I'll learn something from Kelly today. My work is going to be better because of it. So, guys, give it up for Kelly. She's going to do it justice tonight. Come on.
Thanks, Yase. And thanks, Gabe, for sharing your wonderful work. Thank you again. I was so excited to see how far the mall walkers and the preschool caravan has come. I'm very privileged to have been, able to meet with you and share our stuff over the summer. Shout out to the live stream. What up, Angelica? I know you're there. Shout out to my bestie, Laurel, whose birthday it is today. Everybody else. All right. See, happy birthday. And thank you all for being here and hearing my story. So the first year MFAs and a few of the second ones, remember a Zoom meeting we all had back in March when the first years were deciding on the program? And somebody asked, how acceptable is, open to the fiction program to speculative genre writing? And I'm like, let me take this one. I got you. I write speculative. I like to fuck with parameters. And I mentioned at the time I was writing a piece that pushed the boundaries of maybe what we could do with a story, and this is that piece. So this is an interactive performance too. I'm also a performer, like Gabe as well. And so I encourage you to interact when invited by the narrator. So if you'd like, take a phone or a device that you have and open up a program where you can dictate into it, where you can click the little microphone or whatever, if it's notes, or maybe you want to, if you have my number, you can send it to me as a text. Which would be awesome. And have that ready for every instance that will involve the dictation. Whenever the narrator says, try it, that's your cue. When the narrator says, try it, I invite you to, in fact, try it. All of the try it's will include the dictation except the first one. So I'll also start getting my phone ready a little beforehand, so that'll be a visual cue for me to get yours kind of ready to go. So, okay, now, without any further ado, I'd like you all to imagine that this is no longer Prout Chapel. We're instead on a generation ship. If you don't know what generation ship is, you will. I invite you to imagine we're all in individual hypersleep chambers as we rocket through space toward a new planet to inhabit. This is a love letter dictated, not read, based on a true story. Waking 4. They told us we wouldn't dream in hypersleep, but they lied. Of course they lied. Nobody would climb inside these pods otherwise if we knew. The dreaming is worse than the feeding tubes and the excretion tubes, which don't even get me started on the excretion tubes. They're disgusting and super uncomfortable, but I guess it's better than peeing myself across the universe, though not by much. The excretion tubes are easier for the men, no big surprise there. I wonder if the men are dreaming too, or if the men all got the good stuff. They said it would be like anesthesia. It isn't. I chose hypersleep when my lottery number came up because I was too excited to be chosen, too overwhelmed by the unbelievable odds to even consider becoming a generationer, live and die aboard the Parthenia, breed a new generation to live and die on this ship, and so on and so on. I imagined waking on Proxima B as if no time had passed, fresh as a bloody daisy. I wonder if you're aboard the Parthenia too in hypersleep, or if you chose to become a generationer and you're long dead now, or if you were left behind. I keep looking for you in the chain, but I can't find you. I don't have enough time to look. The generationers who watch over us wake us for 1 hour every 100 years, but if you're here, you already know this. 1,400 years, 8.2 quadrillion miles, 14 wakings. This is my 4th waking, which means I've been dreaming about you nonstop for 400 years. The waking is to make sure that we're still ourselves, that our brains don't atrophy. I think that dreaming might drive me insane. Our cushioned seats stretch us to keep our bodies from atrophy. Didn't I just say atrophy? It won't let me go back and change it. I stretch and vibrate and roll and wish I could stand up, have a cup of coffee, a cigarette. I wish I could scratch my nose. I wonder if everybody in the pods is composing letters like mine to post on our chain, prone and immovable letters. I'm dictating, of course, because that's all I can ducking do. This ducking thing won't let me swear. It's probably getting some of my words wrong, but it won't let me go back and change them. Duck. I'm writing this as a love letter to you to let you know I made a mistake. Maybe when I'm done with this letter, the dreams will stop. Maybe somebody important will publish this letter, this story. It will go viral in the chain and you'll forgive me and you'll find me when we land. Oh, spit, they're back. There's not enough time to... Waking 5. From my coffin chamber, I can only see the backs of the rows in front of me, human-sized chambers all the way down. We're packed like iron and copper sardines, and when we sleep, I dream dreams that last an eternity. Freud said that dreams are unfulfilled desires, and if that's the case, my desire for you has been unfulfilled for the past 500 years. Because my dream about you never ends, just goes on and on and on. It's been 510 years since I last saw you. When the lottery numbers came up, we were contacted privately, and there were contracts to sign filled with confusing words, but we signed them. We needed to get out. The non-disclosure part we understood. We couldn't tell anyone because there were not enough spaces. If people knew where the ships were launching from, they'd have destroyed them for the unfairness. We couldn't even tell our own families. My parents are dead now. I didn't mourn them, I slept through it. I don't know if you made it, if you're on your way to Proxima B. If you are, you had to keep it secret too from your family and friends if you were chosen among the 4 million. 4 million souls, 2 ships. I dreamed we kissed for the first time, for real. I dreamed you were roommates with a famous guy. You were cool and just out of reach. You had a young, pretty girlfriend who posted about you on the chain, and I found you. I can't find you there now. In my dream, your young, pretty girlfriend posted pictures of you, even though we can't post pictures because there's nothing to take pictures with and nothing to see. All we see are the backs of the coffins, chambers, in front of us. We don't even see our own faces. But in the dream picture, your face still looked the same as you did in college. I know you don't look like that anymore. I've seen your pictures you posted online before when we had pictures to post and not just words on the chain. I don't think you had a young, pretty girlfriend before the launch, but maybe you did. It's okay that you don't look the same. I don't either. I'm 29 now. Technically, I'm 539 or thereabouts. I just made the lottery cutoff age for procreative females, but I don't think I want to procreate. Obviously, I didn't tell them that. I shouldn't have said that, actually. I didn't mean it. I'm just kidding. Yay, kids. Can't wait. In my dream, you were putting on a play about the roaring 1920s, and you looked darkly handsome in a felt fedora. The roaring 1920s, 1,000 years from the time when we left, a time you used to feel nostalgic for, though you'd never been there. When you were in college, you said you thought you lived then. I remember. In my dream, your pretty young girlfriend posted pictures of rehearsals and anticipation was mounting. I came to the previews, though I knew she was there. I got close to your roommate, the famous guy. I confessed my feelings about you to him, and he facilitated our reunion that led to our kiss. I hate when people describe their dreams. I suppose Freud would say that this dream is about my unfulfilled desire to have sex with you, and for a total quack, this time he would be totally right. He would also say that I'm obsessed because, comma, delete, comma, duck. I know now that you know that I'm married because you've seen that on my timeline before online on Earth. Now I'm really never showing this letter to anybody, and it's not going to get published, and you're not going to find me. I'm going to keep going anyway so that the dreams will stop. When we kissed in my dream, you were young and I was young, and I didn't have rancid breath from this impacted crown. I haven't kissed anybody in a long time. You wouldn't want to kiss me now unless I gargled with mouthwash for at least 5 minutes, and it wouldn't be spontaneous, and there's nothing fun about kissing mouthwash. I wish I had some mouthwash. I wish I didn't have tubes shoved up my front and my ass. Oh, wow, they let me say ass. Ass, asshole. That felt good. When we were in college, we stood in the hallway of my apartment on First Avenue and 9th Street in Manhattan, the one with the mice and the fire escape and the Spanish tile floors, and I kissed you and you cringed. I called you later to ask you why you cringed, but you said it was because you were in love with me. You said you were too young to be in love and you needed to focus on your career. You were an actor then, so was I. Would you recognize me if I told you just that part? Or would you recognize me if I told you then that I couldn't wait for you, that I didn't want to wait for love, to be loved? You hung up, and then you started dating a girl named Rita because you thought I had rejected you. I realize that now, ducking Rita. I wish I'd said I love you too. I wish I said it's okay, I'll wait. Then you would have felt heard. Then you would have invited me over to your Brooklyn brownstone you shared with 3 roommates then, other actors, and you would have kissed me and you would not have cringed. I sleep, wake, move, sleep, wake, wake again. My husband and I look at each other from our glass coffins. He is on my right, I'm on his left. I don't know the man on my left. He never looks my way. My husband has kind brown eyes, but was prone to bouts of terrible temper before, when we were real, when we existed. I'm glad in a way we can't speak. He writes me mansplaining letters that he dictates. Here's an example of one. Hi, Dora. Did you know that because of time dilation, there might not be a Proxima b anymore once we get there? Did you notice how the generationers are changing each time we wake up? That's because they're evolving. They're existing aboard a ship without real sunlight. Each generation gets a little bit grayer and their heads get bigger, their bodies get smaller. That's evolution. Did you know that in here we cannot move our fingers, but we can wiggle our toes? Try it. Waking 7. I dreamed about you again, it never ends. We had sex in a 4-poster bed, and then you left for a play rehearsal. My husband was right, the generationers get more unfamiliar with each wake cycle. This one looking at me now doesn't have pupils in his eyes. They're just black and endless, like 2 drops in the void. I don't know if you made it onto the Parthenia or the other ship. I don't remember the name of it. 2 million passengers apiece. Not enough space to carry the world, but enough to make a new one. That's what I'm here for, what my husband is here for, because we got lucky. We were starving and we got lucky. Neither of us could get jobs once Los Angeles sank into the ocean. We both worked in live events, setting up stages with videos of people who could get acting jobs that we couldn't get. When the war started, he got attacked by a group of thugs at the laundromat who took all of his clothes, made him strip naked, and I didn't help. I watched from the car because they would have done the same to me, worse, much worse. So he didn't blame me. I married him because I finally gave up on you. He keeps writing to me, my husband, and I don't want to waste my hour reading his bullspit, but he is watching me. They wake us at the same time, so we can glance at each other from our glass coffins, prisons, backspace, backspace. Hey, Dora, did you know that humans didn't want to go extinct because that would have been embarrassing? We should be smarter. We should have been smarter than that. Did you know that we didn't have enough technology to get us comfortably to a new livable planet to colonize in the time that we destroyed ours? We didn't even have enough time to invent robots to care for us. Did you know that if you dictate Kardashians, it still knows how to spell it? Try it. Kardashians. Did you know that by doing that, you've now trained the technology to remember them? Now they'll always exist throughout space and Waking 8. I dreamed about you again. My dreaming is an eternity of us that never changes. We were running through a field of wheat, though I think that was probably a tampon commercial I saw once. I miss tampons and hurricanes and bitter nuclear winters. I miss that saxophone player who struggled with his scales outside the window of my New York apartment, who eventually got better and traded scales for songs. I miss the mural drawing I made in crayon of Odysseus' journey I taped to my bathroom wall, that green silk nightgown I wore the night you spent the night in that futon bed I had next to the window next to the courtyard. I wore it and pressed myself up against you. I should have turned around and kissed you. I wish I could turn around and kiss you. I'm sure my breath is rancid now. I think I might be dying. Hey, Dora, did you know the generationers, the ones who live and die in space, are the children and their children's children and so on and so on? Do they terrify you? They terrify me. I think they read my letters and destroy them. Please write me back. I write him back, but I don't think I love him anymore. Kind of a dilemma, right? I never dream about him, not once, not ever. This is what I say. Dear Jonathan, I'm getting your letters. There just isn't enough time to write back, period. I'm working on a memoir to keep my mind alive. Yes, the generationers scare me too. I don't recognize them anymore. Has it really been 800 years, question mark? Are we really only more than halfway there, question mark? Waking 9. Do you remember that improv group we belonged to together when we were young and beautiful and tall and full of dreams? Do you remember when I made you spaghetti with sauce from a jar in that apartment with the fire escape that overlooked the window where the saxophone player honked out scales? Do you remember the pots of dirt, the pots on my fire escape that my roommate tried to plant marijuana seeds in but nothing grew? Do you remember the time before the war started, before we lost touch, and then you accepted my friend request many years later, before the weather attacked us and made us all leave? I can't find you on the chain. I don't think you're here. I wonder if you died on Earth, if our souls will ever cross again. If souls work like that, or energy, which they say doesn't die, it's too far away now unless there's another dimension where we all cross in death like a lobby of souls with a water cooler and a disgruntled receptionist. Hey, Dora, I got your letter. Did you know that it has been 1,000 years now, and that we'll arrive at Proxima B in approximately 400 more years our time, but I already told you that time at the speed of light isn't the same we recognize anymore. They're calling it something different. Did you know that if you sing a song, it jumbles all the words except for the Rickroll song? Never gonna give you up. Try it. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Did you realize we are being rickrolled across the universe? Did you know that I am never going to run around and desert you because I can't move? Neither can you. Why don't you look over at me anymore when we're awake? Waking 10. I think there's a mosquito in here. In fact, I'm about 99.5% sure there is a mosquito in here with me because I have an itch that is really bad. It is so bad, it itches like dynamite, and I can't scratch it. I feel it, I know it. Dear Jonathan, is it possible for a mosquito to have landed in here with me? Send. I don't know how to communicate with the creatures who walk the narrow plankways outside because that's how I think of them, as creatures separate from us. I feel separate from you too. I don't think you're alive. I don't think you've existed for 1,000 years. I've stopped dreaming about you now. I'm only dreaming about running, about falling, about trying to get someplace, but I can't open my eyes. I miss you. I miss the dreams. I dream that I can't remember where I parked my car, but I haven't had a car for a millennium, at least in over 100 centuries. Outside, in the dim light of the corridor of copper coffins, the man on my left stares at me. He looks at me and I look at him, and neither of us can escape. The bed's royal, stretching and bending our bodies. It's all involuntary. I can move my toes, but I can't move my fingers. There's a mosquito in here, and it might have been hibernating this whole time. And now it's bitten me, and it's going to lay eggs in my tear ducts or some spit because they're using me as a ducking experiment. Why did I do this? Why did I agree to this? Somebody please, all caps, let me the duck out of here! Hey, Dora, are you okay? Why do you not write me back? Are you having nightmares? 2, do you know they lied to us about not dreaming in hypersleep? Jonathan, I'm not okay. They put a ducking mosquito in here and it bit me, and I think it's been hibernating and now it's going to reproduce in my pools of tears. I can't make it stop. Please write me back as soon as you can. Please help. Waking, I don't ducking no anymore. I can't. I won't open my eyes. Nope. I won't open my eyes. I can feel them crawling on me, biting me. I don't know why the generationers keep waking me up. I wish they would kill me. They are killing me. Jonathan, did you know that if you scream into the voice to text, nothing records? You can scream and scream, and none of the programming recognizes it, as if you said nothing at all. Did you know that? Watch. Nothing! Try it! Nothing at all. Hey, Dora. I am so sorry. I think we made a mistake. I think there are worms in here with me. I can feel them crawling on me. Do you know that I don't think there ever was a lottery? It was rigged. Do you remember that Roswell alien? That's them now. I think if we land, they're going to keep going with this ship because it's all they've ever known, but some will stay and abduct us and do to us what they're doing now. Please write me back. Waking would ever duck this spit. Make it ducking stop, you ducking cock-faced mother ducking assholes. I will murder all your families. I will rip your face off with my teeth. I will stab you in your stupid neck with a fork when I get out of here. I swear to ducking God, all caps, duck you. I will shove this goddamn ship up your assholes, and then I'll ram it down your throat and... Oh, hi. Oh, no, I'm fine. Are we here? No, it wasn't that bad. Are you really talking because your mouth is... Oh, yes, I can stand up. No, I'm good. Oh, wait, just wait. 1 second. Delete file. Thank you. Our guest is going to come bring me the name of the raffle winner, and I'm going to announce it. All right. The winner of this gets, what do they get?
A gift card to Grounds for Thought.
A gift card to Grounds for Thought. Are we ready? Never gonna give you up. And the winner is Kim Coates, I think.
Oh, yeah! I asked you all to write clearly.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, thanks everybody.